Welcome back from that short break, and now in the studio with me is Comrade Daniel Singh Akpan. He is a youth advocate and also an entrepreneur. We'll be looking at the importance of, entrepreneurship in our society. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you very much. Good to have me, and I feel good to be here.
Good to have a comrade here in the studio.
Thank you.
So you're an advocate and also an entrepreneur.
Yes, I am an advocate of egalitarian society, good life, and of course, an entrepreneur.
Okay. So when we're talking about entrepreneur, we're looking at skills acquisition. So to the layman, what skills? What do you tell them what skills is?
Okay. Quickly, I'll just describe skill as an ability, a genuine ability to get something done. Which makes you better than an average person or every other person who is on that thing. For example, everyone can brush you, everyone can, but you need someone who is properly a skilled or a learned cobbler.
Teach you.
Cobbler.
Okay.
To give you a better shoe or to even polish your shoe better than you can. So all you have when you talk of laundry, everybody can wash clothes, everyone can press clothes. But it is not everyone that have the skill of washing properly and pressing clothes properly. And some do it better than the other. For example, I've had reasons to change my laundry over time, my laundry people over time, because it's either you notice that, when this one presses, it will stain your trouser or your shirt without noticing, and it will bring it for you. Or the pattern or the gator on the clothes are multiple, and I don't like such a thing. So I got someone who does it better. And since that time, I've been using him. So to me, that is a better skill. So everyone can know that, but those who have skill are different from the masses or different from the multiple.
Okay.
So skill is a genuine ability to do something.
Better
than others, which is, of course, more efficient.
Okay. So how important is it to the youth development to acquire a certain skills?
For young people, I think it is imperative in the age we have find ourselves now that every young person have a skill, one skill or the other. And of course, as a student leader, I've always been at the forefront agitating for the establishment of Enterpreneurship Center on campuses. Whether it is college, of course, I know polytechnics, they are more skilled, trained people in polytechnic because they're actually trained to be in a particular act. To do it properly rather than the academics or the theoretical aspect of it. Same with some colleges, or for maybe College of Fabric or College of Technical. They are doing skills. But for colleges of education, and most importantly, universities, they don't know these skills. They don't have, everybody is just about, okay, let me study education, or let me study sciences, let me study mass communication without adding one skill or the other to it. Now, those skills that you acquire, whether it is tailoring in this present generation, catering services, event management, hairdressing, makeup, or whatever it is called, that you are able to learn, it distinguishes you from others. For example, you may not necessarily have a journalistic job for someone who is a journalist or a trained journalist, but you may have an offer to decorate an event, and you make cool money. Today, event decorators or managers are making and swimming in millions, depending on the category of events that come their way. Same way, we have those who are barbers, who barb celebrities. They are not common people. They are not the common barbers you see in shops. They are skilled. That's why you see celebrities, they always look different. The stylists that prepare clothes or dresses for artists.
It's different from your own normal
money. It's different from the random ones you see around on the street. So that is skill. So I have been an advocate that every young person should have one skill or the other that will help you to survive or to add more to your stream of income. And of course, to become better than others.
So you're among the experts that advocating the shift of focus from, certifications to skill acquisition. Do you agree to that?
Oh, yes. Yes. Just like I have said, everyone can do same thing, but there must be 1-2 persons who does it better. And if you identify such persons and use the person to also train others, like we have told NUC, through upon the establishment of entrepreneurship centers in universities, and also ITF. I mean, let me use this opportunity to give kudos to the DG of ITF for what he's doing, Sir Joseph Ari in ITF, Industrial Training Fund. They identified those who are very exceptional in what they are doing, and they send students to them so that they can transfer the knowledge to them. You have someone who does very well in carpentry work in an area. You may not necessarily be a university student or an undergraduate to be able to, be given an opportunity to learn from that person. That person teaches you. You know how to make furnitures. You know how to do carpentry work. And you are able to deliver upon such assignments when given or when you have the opportunity to stand on your own. So by so doing, you expand your income, and of course, you'll be able to sustain yourself and those who are dependent on you.
So can you...
so that gives you a better platform than only when you are carrying about certificates. Today, employments are not anywhere in the real sense of it. You look at the population we have and you compare it with the white-collar jobs available, it's very infinitesimal compared to the population. As a graduate of master's degree, I know thousands of mates who are still searching for jobs years after graduation. Some of them do know, but the platform is not there either for the white-collar job they really want. So if they have skill, they would have been able to be self-reliant. And for those who have skill, one of my friends, Nelly, she's doing very well in event management. She's had calls to go from one place to another in Nigeria, handling events, decorating, and she's making a lot of money. The other one has been an MC, a female, that's also a skill. Outside any other thing, that job takes her everywhere. And she anchors events, and people are relaxed, people are happy, and she makes a living from it. So that's different from certification.
Yeah, it is different from certification. You can put the two together and then
you get something like that.
So I would like you to still shed more light on the importance of this, entrepreneurship to our youths.
Entrepreneurship. It starts from when these days, it starts from parents. As a parent or a guardian, don't just have children or wards that are unattended to. Certainly, like I was telling some of the students I had an engagement with recently when I was talking to them about the prevalence level of drug abuse and addiction among students, including females. I was talking to this particular set of students, and I said to them, that time, you are not always doing lectures. You are not always in the classroom. That's the truth. You have a lot of time to yourself. That time you have to yourself. Enroll in one computer center. Tomorrow it will be useful to you. You can be a secretary. They need someone who can type something and they give you the assignment, you're able to do it. Correct draw. Someone wants to do a presentation, he needs someone who can design the slides for him, and you're able to offer the assignment. When you do it, tomorrow it calls you. From that, it links you up with another person. From that, it links you up. You start making money from that source.
You can do
it. I said, so take out that time and enroll somewhere, learn a skill, instead of allowing boredom to drive you into peer group influence of drug.
We don't have that culture of taking our kids for ITs and other things.
Yes.
Once they're on break, they're on break.
Exactly. So don't just feel that, because you are bored, with the excess of time you have, then you begin to follow friends who smoke in their homes. They introduce you to it before you know what is happening. Even young females are smoking in their homes everywhere, taking lots of drugs. And they call it colos, they call it a lot of names. I said, disabuse your mind from such engagement. Get something more fruitful to do. Now I come back to the issue of parents. Every parent and guardian must take it as a responsibility to not only give education to their children and wards, but also help them to acquire one skill or the other. What do I mean by that? Your child is back from school, from maybe secondary school. Ensure that she has a place, or he has a place where he goes to learn how to acquire a skill. Is it to barb? At least what you can afford. Is it to barb? Is something. When it goes out of your environment, he can use that to sustain himself. He can use that to be busy. Is it to know how to use computer properly and become an entrepreneur? I mean, you get a lot of people who do that, and they earn a living from it. Is it to go and learn hairdressing? Is it to go and learn what's it called? Tailoring?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. Ensure that your children pay attention
well
with their
engaged.
spare time to engage with things that will give them skill and that will make them more productive, not only for themselves, but also for you and for the entire society.
Yeah. So, looking at the small and medium enterprises that are dominant in the country now, they're everywhere. So, and how can government enhance the prospect through youth skills development?
Well, already we have different organizations of government, from local government to state and federal. Let me talk about federal. We have SMIDAN, and we have NAPEP, and you have so many of these organizations that, in fact, the Ministry of Humanitarian, the recently created Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, have an arm that takes care of skills training and development for women, and of course, pastoral people, including men. Now, entrepreneurship, small scale. It is first about helping those who have businesses to be able to stabilize, no matter how much it is. Some skills, some businesses just require 50,000 naira.
Some require only 10,000.
Exactly. To be able to sustain it, and of course, use that kind of business to also take care of their families or themselves. So they must look at it inwardly and properly structure it such that the funds that are available at their disposal will be used for those who are actually in need, not only as a means to enrich microscopic few, because that's what we get in most cases. So that's not to condemn anybody or any government, but it's just the reality. Because if you want to check, let's see how many people have actually been touched, you realize that it's nothing to write home about. So there must be due diligence. There must be commitment in ensuring that these agencies scout for those indigent people, empower them so that they can have their small businesses and sustain them. Yes, and by so doing, you're also reducing poverty in the system and encouraging entrepreneurship.
Thank you. I'll just take your last word before I let you go.
Okay, my last word will be that everybody, every young person watching out there must make concerted effort to learn something, to do something, and of course, know that the white collar job that everyone desires is not always available. So the onus is on you. The onus is on you to make life better for yourself, learn a skill, and of course, make an impact in the society. Because there's an adage in Yoruba that says, it is only a child, which means it is a child who is productive that its parents praises. So at the end of the day, if you are doing well, you will not only do well for yourself in the long run, but you also be doing well for your parents and of course for the society. But the most important thing is that ensure you are doing well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming
on the program. It's my pleasure.
Well, my take home from what we just discussed is just one word. He said, disabuse the mind, because an idle mind is a devil workshop. So we'll be discussing, entrepreneurship, how you can acquire skills. And now, up next is our money saving tips. Go and learn how to make money.